Okay, Anthony here. Just a quick look at the Forex trade ideas that I've posted into this channel down in here. We'll go through and have a look. So I'll just start from the bottom and work up. So this was the idea. Aussie Swiss set a bullish alert, and as it was, we had this, it pulled back. We had an alert back here, but it pulled back down in here and gave us this. This is very late into the New York session, so you might want to close this trade and see how it shapes up during the Asian session. Pound Aussie didn't retrace. Okay, so we were looking for this to pull back. I wouldn't be opening a trade into the Asian Open, so we'll just let that one go for now. Aussie New Zealand, we had a nice pullback down in here, so that was yesterday into the New York Open, so we were looking for this to pull back and give us a green signal. You can see the wiggly line that I drew. There's the alert, so that's a nice outcome. You could close partial profits here. Aussie New Zealand, the Aussie Swiss set a bullish alert. Okay, and as it was, we had that was the Aussie Swiss. Aussie Swiss, okay, Pound Aussie set a bearish alert. It hasn't pulled back. We covered that. Righto. Aussie New Zealand, yeah, we got the pullback as I showed you. Oh yeah, so this one was an Aussie CAD possible buy. Here we were looking for the pullback, so as it was, Aussie CAD pulled back. No, it rallied, that's right, and we jumped in. I got in a little bit late, but you could have got in around that, just on the breakout down in here. Okay, just to give you a bit of an idea of what's being posted in here, it's a very, very easy strategy to follow. When I post an idea, I'll show you how to get involved, like this, for example. The Aussie CAD, buy if the CPI supports the trade. Look for the breakout and retest above the range. Yeah, so we were looking for that. So that's what I'm posting, and all you've got to do is, well, actually, make sure you watch the mentorship videos every day. But the Aussie CAD, all you've got to do when I post something like this, come in here. That's a really, really simple thing. So if I say something like, wait for a little pullback and take the next green signal, well, we would have been here into the Asian session. There's your green signal starting to happen here. So you just take it, buy on the next green signal. You could have entered, well, one of them would have been up in here. Okay, stop loss down around the cloud. And the second one, you could have entered another one here. Just on these signals, just wait for the signals and then take the trade when the signal fires. That's all you got to do. So it's as easy as that, guys. Okay, I say wait for the next green signal and take it. There they are. They're right there. Take that trade. If that stops too tight, you can pull it out a little bit further if you like. Stop loss. If you're above the cloud, look for the green dots. Okay, if that's a little bit too tight for you there, just take it down into the cloud, halfway through if you like. Very, very simple to follow. And I'm always encouraging closing 60% at 1R. And you've got everything here to give you your exit. All right, see this in the red zone here? Okay, you could take partial profits up here. That's all you got to do. It's just very, very easy to follow. Yeah, I mean, and it just goes on and on. I mean, this is extremely successful. Our guys are doing really, really well with this. Gold, we had a gold idea. Make sure you close 60% whenever the indicators, there you go, I'm long gold. That was the idea there. So you've just got to follow the process, guys. And if you follow this to the T, this is extremely profitable. Pound Aussie, we got the pullback. So we just wait for it now to see if it breaks structure. All right, that was on the 25th at 12. Pound Aussie. That was back here. Okay, that was it there. Looking for that break there. There it is. That's the signal there. All right, look at it. Okay, it's the kind of opportunity that you have here. So going back to it, so we're waiting for this to turn, now wait for this to turn red and give us a red signal. That's it. That's exactly that. Right there. There's the signal. All right, so just a quick heads up to let you know how you can trade this. That was actually the first one. Wait for the pullback. Pound Aussie, see that? And then down here, okay, it's pulled back. Now wait for the next red signal. Okay, that's it. We've got this as well here. Now this is not a trade signal, but what it does is it confirms currency strength and weakness, and it's a very complex calculation, and it takes into account multiple time frames. Yeah, it combines 4 time frames here. Aussie's looking good at the moment, okay, and these are the weaker currencies. So I'm going to be doing a video shortly on how to use this indicator. So that's that one, and then we go into here, and then we see that the Aussie, the blue, is trending. You know, you want to have a look at the trajectory here, right? And that's looking pretty good, you know, and you can see Swissy and the pound are down the bottom. There they are, Swissy and the pound, see that? And the yen, okay, the yen well, the yen's starting to move up a little bit here now from being pretty weak, but there they all are. Yeah, so I mean, this is a 4 hour, this one's a 1 hour. Anyway, I go into this in the mentorship videos. We cover everything, right? So yeah, opportunities with the Aussie against the yen, Swiss, and the pound possibly. Well, we were looking at that today, and we can see that this is definitely trending down. I really want to see it pull back though. We might get a pullback through the Asian session. So it's just telling you that this is the Aussie strong and the pound's weak. But markets are manipulated, and the pullback, and then it rolls over. Like I mentioned back in here, pulls back and look for the next rotation, right? So that's how we get involved. So this thing here is giving us a heads up for the Aussie pound, for example. And then we come into the chart. See how this is all red here on this indicator? What we want to see is we want to see these 515 possibly turn green here. And that would be the pullback, and then we want to see it roll over, and then we go in, all right? And so this is just a trend continuation strategy. And everything about this strategy is designed to give us this. Higher time frame, like the 4 hour chart, for example, is bearish. All we want is the rotation. So I pointed that out. This is down here now. So we want to see it pull back, and then we want to catch this as it starts to rotate from the retrace into the next expansion. Trend continuation. So if you're in that trade, this is, you know, that could be still running. There's more to go if you stayed in it. I do tend to close mine out a little bit early, but you know. All right, so in a nutshell, that's what we're doing here, and it's extremely successful. If you haven't already, 14 days is free. And oh my goodness, you know, seriously guys, it's handed to you on a platter. This is the easiest system, complex in nature, but easy to implement. Just follow the signal, take the next signal when it fires, and just follow what I'm saying in here. In any case, free trial, make it work, and then it's shut me lunch after that once a month, $29.95 for now. Okay, while I'm still testing this, take it as an indicator launch special, if you will. Snap it up and lock it in, guys. Make that back on your first trade. All right, so with that, have a great day, and yeah, see you in the next one.